Hello there, everyone. What's going on? This is Stenadux, and today I'm going to be talking about more the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl that was revealed a few days ago. I made a video kind of with like initial thoughts. It was like a 3-minute video of like why this is actually a big deal, considering this is literally like a Smash clone with Nickelodeon characters. Like this is the one of the cooler reveals I've seen in a very long time. Considering that Nickelodeon, again, they've been doing the kart racers games and stuff, this was always something like in the back of my head that might happen. Granted, I never played the kart racers games myself. I thought it could be a pretty cool thing if they did it, and they did it. You can see I'm wearing my Reptar shirt trying to get into I guess the hype stage of trying to discuss Nickelodeon stuff. But yeah, let's talk about it. There was a whole bunch of characters that were revealed. We're going to be talking about some speculation what those characters can be. That's what I'm doing this for today. So let's start with a no-brainer: SpongeBob SquarePants. We saw SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy already with a few stages. There was Jellyfish Fields and the Flying Dutchman ship. So you got the three of those characters. Those are the three big ones. I mean, they just did the Battle for Bikini Bottom remastered or rehydrated, whatever, which I 100%ed myself. Those are the three playable characters, so it makes sense that they wanted to go with those. As far as other playable characters from SpongeBob, I would assume we would get Squidward. He was in Kart Racers 2, I think I remember seeing, so he should be in that game, as well as Mr. Krabs and Plankton. I feel like those are no-brainers, and those are like the big six for the franchise. And I would honestly be surprised if they didn't have them all, considering SpongeBob is Nickelodeon's mascot right now. So I think it's a no-brainer to have them, but I guess you never know. What was the other big one? Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We got Michelangelo and Leonardo revealed. Obviously, we're going to expect to see Raphael and Donatello. It would be pretty silly if they didn't have them. And they also showed off what looks like might be Shredder's stage on there as well. So I would assume to get Shredder. Those five were in Nickelodeon Kart Racers too. So again, I would expect to see them. As far as Rugrats is concerned, I know that we saw Reptar as a playable character, which I think is really cool, considering, again, I love Reptar. I'm wondering if Nickelodeon doesn't want the babies to be beaten the crap out of. I mean, whatever you want to do, I guess. But I don't think Nickelodeon wants you to beat the crap out of babies in their games. So let's dodge that. As far as other characters from Rugrats we could see, I thought maybe Spike would be cool. I thought Spike would make sense for a character that could be in the game. He's a dog. I mean, I, I think that would be pretty neat. And then the other thing I thought of is, well, let's look at the adults from the franchise. And I'm thinking Grandpa Lou would be a really cool like meme pick, like Game and Watch type thing. If we're gonna compare it to like Smash Bros, it's like a very obscure meme character, and I think Grandpa Lou would fit the description very well. I know we got Loud House reveals for Lincoln and Lucy Loud. I think I never watched Loud House. That was well after my time actually watching Nickelodeon. I'm familiar with the characters a little bit, but I don't know if they'll have any of the other characters from the show. Maybe. I know they showed off their house in the trailer as well, but I guess we'll see what ends up happening. Two big characters from their own franchises. The first one, Danny Phantom. I loved Danny Phantom as a kid. I thought it was so cool, and I figured they'd reveal him for this. Was pretty neat how they looked. I don't know if I love his model. His model looks a little not so great. Granted, I remember back in Nicktoons Unite on the GameCube a few generations ago, even his 3D model then was kind of crap. I think he just looks better in a 2D form. Maybe it would have been better if they made this a 2D game, but I get why they're making it 3D at the very least. The other one also is Nigel Thornberry from the Wild Thornberries, and again, talking about meme picks, Nigel Thornberry definitely fits the description very well for that. As far as other characters from their franchises, Danny Phantom, maybe they could put Vlad, his one of his biggest villains in the show. Thought maybe he could be pretty cool. Otherwise, I can maybe see maybe one of his parents being one of them, one of those characters. But I wouldn't be surprised if they just stick with Danny because he is kind of a, like a one-off character. But as far as the Wild Thornberries, I think Nigel Thornberry makes sense to have. Maybe Donnie would be pretty cool. I think that could be really cool to have like a really crazy character, like a very small, fast, all over the place character. I think Donnie would fit that pretty well. As far as other Wild Thornberry's characters, I mean, there's a few more you can really think of, but I'd say Donnie would be another cool pick for that. Hey Arnold, they revealed Helga. Thought that was pretty neat. You got to figure they're probably going to add Arnold and Gerald, whatever. Probably gonna have some of those main characters, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I know they had them again in Car Racers too, but I guess we'll see what happens from there. Big one, big franchise, and I don't know if you can tell, I have some of the franchises, not everything, but I've got DVD set and some Funko Pops back there. But my favorite franchise from Nickelodeon is, of course, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Uh, really excited because they're coming into the game. One of the stages, I don't know if it's an air temple or something. It looks like it, but it also has Aang's glider just hanging in the background. So obviously it's coming. Even on the cover art, there's like a silhouette with like a hand that looks like it could be Aang, maybe Korra. But my big thing, like I'm sure Aang and Korra will be the two big characters. As far as the other characters, like you have the whole main Avatar, like Team Avatar. You got Katara, obviously, Sokka, Toph, and of course my personal favorite next to Aang being Zuko. I would love to see Iroh. I don't know if they would do Iroh, but I'm thinking maybe Team Avatar would be cool, and then maybe Azula for like a villain to kind of offset all the heroes. I would love Iroh, but I'd be happy if I can at the very least get Team Avatar, and whatnot. My two big ones are Aang and Zuko, of course. So I guess we'll see what ends up happening. You have characters like Invader Zim who are coming into the game. I'm trying to remember a lot of those other characters that they revealed. But at the very least, I know there's a lot of Nickelodeon characters that are going to be coming. And unfortunately, there's a lot of characters that they didn't show off. Two characters I can think of, at least from my era of growing up with Nickelodeon, are Timmy Turner and Jimmy Neutron. Like, let's start with Fairly Odd Parents first. Timmy Turner, I feel like, is a no-brainer. He was on Nickelodeon for a very long time with his fairies Cosmo and Wanda. I know that there's a lot of other cool characters they can put in there, like maybe Mr. Crocker could be pretty neat. Who else? I guess they could put Jorgen von Strangle would be a really cool, like tanky character. They just have his wand just beating the crap out of other people with it. I think that could be pretty funny, pretty neat nonetheless. And then Jimmy Neutron is something that was absent too, which Jimmy Neutron like maybe wasn't as big as Fairly Odd Parents. Maybe it was a little slept on and underrated. It wasn't like it was great. It was a great show, but people didn't like it as much as say like SpongeBob and Avatar or I'm sorry, SpongeBob. Well, Avatar was on there as well. I think SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parent at the time. So as far as Jimmy Neutron, yeah, I would assume maybe we'd get Jimmy Neutron himself. Maybe we can get Carl Weezer and Sheen, but two characters I would love to see. Well, I guess we'll start with Goddard, obviously Goddard. But if you're gonna put any meme characters into this game at all, Hugh Neutron. You have to put Hugh Neutron in this game. Like it's like a no brainer. Sugar booger. Like you have to. You absolutely have to put Hugh Neutron in this game if you're gonna put Jimmy in there. I think it could be really cool. Again, next to like Grandpa Lou, Hugh Neutron, and Nigel Thornberry. Can you imagine those three characters going up to like a Smash like field? Like that just sounds so crazy cool. Otherwise, I know there's a few other characters from other franchises that maybe could be interesting, like a lot more obscure from like again my era of Nickelodeon. I was thinking like My Life as a Teenage Robot. You could put Jenny the Robot in there, would be pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys remember Chalk Zone. I don't even remember the characters from Chalk Zone. I just remember that there's the guy with the chalk, and then he goes into a whole world. I would imagine that could make a really cool stage and everything. Another cool thing that we could see, if you guys remember this, I loved it as a kid, was Cat Scratch. I don't even remember their names. There was three cats, and they loved root beer, and they just got into whole crazy antics. Reminds me again, we are probably, I would hope, if we're gonna get a retro character, get Angry Beavers, Cat Dog, just so many other retro characters I can think of. Ren and Stimpy, uh, gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Rocco. Like, there's so many characters that they can use in this game, and it's just so neat to think that they're kind of going the route of what Smash Bros is, where they take a lot of these new characters and put them up against these old characters, and then they clash. Like, this is exactly what Nickelodeon is doing, and that's why I think that this game is actually going to be really cool. Again, considering that this is going to be made by people who made Slap City. Um, and whatnot, and also the people who did the Nickelodeon Car Racers games. Like, there's going to be a lot of characters that they can cross over. So I'm really looking forward to it. Now, I know I missed a lot. Again, I'm kind of, trying to get some random thoughts out there. But again, this game's going to be really cool. I'm really excited for it, and encourage you guys to be, just as excited as I am. I mean, maybe not, overhype it. We definitely know how, that can go. But just be excited. Don't overhype it, but be excited for this game. It's going to be really cool, and I think there's going to be a lot to anticipate and appreciate. And again, with a lot more surprises coming, I'm sure we'll find some really interesting characters. But in any case, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Leave a like at it if you could as well. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel so I can grow and improve, because that's something I have been working on since I started this channel like about a year and so many months at this point. I'm losing track of time because after my wedding last or 2 months ago, see, that's the thing. I don't even remember when that was. Since 2 months ago, my wedding happened. Everything's kind of just all over the place, which reminds me, please, I do apologize for the quality of my video because I have the webcam on my laptop. I'm in the process of getting a new computer and hopefully a webcam. But please like, subscribe, and comment if you can. I do appreciate it. And stay tuned for future videos. Take care, and as always, happy gaming.